Hey citizens, today I'd like to briefly go over some information I've come across after being compelled to do some research due to seeing some anomalies in combat with certain players in Star Citizen 316. I was on the fence about covering this topic a few months ago, but when it was made known that Easy Anti-Cheat was going to be implemented soon, I figured I'd just let it go. However, playing Star Citizen this past few weeks, I've witnessed some very interesting things with certain players' ships in combat, and surprisingly enough, I've seen these same players here and there over the course of the last 3 or so years. My aim with this video is not to single people out, but to shed some light on something I find odd to have not received more coverage. If CIG thought it was important to add EAC, I see that as an indicator of a real problem, and maybe it's something we need to be talking about. I'd like to start by asking you a question. Have you witnessed any ships in Star Citizen performing so far beyond their capabilities that you wonder what was happening? Maybe even a ship you fly regularly that doesn't perform anywhere near close to what you've witnessed. I'm sure you may recall that desync was a major complaint not too long ago, and a lot of content popped up about it. Desync was allegedly the main contributing factor to the proverbial dice roll that is PvP engagements. Though desync may have been a part of the issue, I'd like to show you something that I feel may have been an even larger, or at least equal, contributor. I'm not going to give any specifics on this other than to tell you that this is a piece of software that allows players to tailor their experience in their favor while playing Star Citizen. This piece of software in different iterations has been around since at least 2017 and is still being used in conjunction with other hacks in the current version of Star Citizen. Based on my research, it appears that the most recent implementation of EAC in Star Citizen has rendered this software almost unusable, except for some of the features you see listed in this image. From what I understand, EAC validates the integrity and content of Star Citizen game files and checks for any additions upon launch of the RSI launcher. The software in question, however, is introduced after Star Citizen has been launched. I myself have witnessed some of these anomalies while in a multi-ship engagement, and multiple players involved in the engagement were able to confirm that they witnessed the same. Desync? Possibly. But when you've had multiple engagements with no sign or mention of desync from yourself or other players, it kinda makes a teleporting ship, a ship with insane rate of fire, or a ship impervious to damage, really stick out like a sore thumb when they show up. With the current version of Star Citizen being in the best state most of us have ever seen or experienced, it's hard to ignore a ship that does these things, especially when the player piloting the ship is a player you've seen multiple times over the years, always flying a ship with some extra special BS going on every time you see them. Now, I initially planned on getting into the psychology behind people's motivations to utilize this type of software, but I have a pretty good idea, and I'm sure you do too. However, if this piques your interest, I've posted some awesome links in the description that are both opinion pieces and articles written by professionals based on actual case studies in regards to cheating in online games. I've been doing quite a bit of reading and research over the past few days, and I am quite surprised at how prolific cheating in online gaming currently is, and even more blown away by participants' rationale for doing so. Personally, I have removed people from my Discord for suggesting or admitting to the use of cheats and other unsavory behaviors in online gaming. I will say these individuals all seem to exhibit almost identical personality traits and gameplay interests. Now, as a side note, I have submitted my findings to CIG, but I'm also curious to hear your thoughts, so sound off in the comments. Please keep your comments civil. If you are more than slightly miffed, triggered, tilted, or suffer from ITGS or SMIC related issues in any way, please take a moment and calm yourself down before you respond. As always, Stay frosty, and I'll see you in the verse.